What's up, guys? This is Victor with Bet Your Bass I Yak, and today we're going to be talking about my kayak. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about my 2018 Vibe Seaghost kayak. This is what I believe is the 110. Let me double check. Seaghost 110. Yeah, there it is. And this is pretty much tournament ready. This is how it is. This is my setup. I obviously don't have my poles on, but this is it right here. Not a bad looking kayak. I'm gonna get into some details. Obviously, there's my fish finder, my NRS Chinook, PFD, the seat, my anchor trolley, my C-Tug wheels right there. This thing is amazing. The rudder that comes with it, it's amazing. And this Vibe paddle that comes with the kayak as well. One of the things I was looking for in a kayak when I first was looking into them was, you know, bang for your buck pretty much. And obviously this one had it all. This one came with the Vibe paddle standard right there, and it actually came with the rudder as well. And then you have foot pedals up front. I did wash her, but she's not totally cleaned up. You can tell the pedals are pretty dirty, but nonetheless, here it is. This is it. So let's get into it. First things first, this Vibe paddle here, it is a bit on the heavier side compared to obviously your bending branches or your other kayak paddles out there that are meant for like long journeys and stuff like that. Amazing though, nonetheless. This thing gets me where I need to go. Has the good thing, it has not too much flex, and what it does is it really just digs into the water, gets me where I need to be. By itself, this kayak here tracks extremely well. In other words, it stays pretty straight as you push and pull from both sides, right? As you're paddling, it does it. But if it does happen to, for whatever reason, start to steer you wrong, which it won't, you let that thing down there and it's true. It stays true. All right, so of course got the paddle, which I love. It has two keeps right here. This is one of them, right? Just sits up there like that. The other one is going to be on the other side, right over here. That's your other one there. Oh, that's my fish grips. Got some Rapala fish grips there. Anyways, also right here, this is going to be the control system for the rudder, or not the control system, but at least the release, the let down and bring up type thing. So all you do is you let this down. There you go. Then you simply pull on this bad boy, and there you go, it went down. So I'm pulling on it. I'm gonna let it go. Comes back up. Let me pull on it, and there you go. Now this is the original clip that goes for it. I've heard many people say that as long as you switch out the rope, that it'll hold pretty good. Personally, I wasn't trying to switch up nothing. I just drilled a hole in my kayak, which I know a lot of people don't like to do, but there you go. It's a zigzag anchor holder type thing, I guess it's called. I'm not sure. It's a zigzag, I know that. I'm sorry, a zigzag cleat. There it is. And that holds it pretty. Look at it, that thing don't go nowhere. That's what it is. That's where it's going. It's staying, and it works amazingly to me. So I love it. And there you go. Look at that. I just busted it. It was wet. It's easy. It stretches. You tie it up to that, and it's good to go. Well, that's embarrassing. Anyways, all right. Let's go a little bit forward right here. There's a roto grip from holy crap. Yak Attack, if I remember correctly. Yak Attack roto grip. What I end up doing is usually I get this bad boy. Let's say I'm, you know, kayaking, going whatever, and I need to set it up really quick, put it in. There's a paddle holder, a string right up there that just holds it in place. This little string here holds it right in place, and that guy just sits right there. That's all it does, and it won't pop up. This is me actually shaking it, but give it some good force and it pops right back up. Also with this is this guy right here. Now this guy I don't use unless I'm trolling, but I'm really not trolling unless I'm trolling for like trout or something for my mom, you know. So let's say she says, hey, if you're going fishing, bring me back some trout. All right, cool, whatever. But I'm usually out there bass fishing, right? But this guy here is mainly for the purpose of this. As soon as I get a fish and I have them and I'm getting the net, boom, I put them in the net, and I simply just put the rod up here. Put the rod in there, sits in there, out of my way. As long as I have plenty of line, I'm good to go. Sits up there, and then I just mess around. That way I don't have to worry about the rod being in the way of anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. this right back over here. Okay, so now let's get to the front really quick. I have this rope here. This rope is mainly to pull into the water if I'm on a dock. I just set it down, pull it up, pull it over, get it over to the dock where I'm at, and then I get in, I'm good to go. The other thing that it helps me with is when I'm trying to, which it very easily you can with this Vibe kayak, you pull yourself up. You pull yourself up from here and you can stand on this kayak and fish, sight fishing and stuff like that. You can do all that stuff with this kayak. It's steady enough, it's great. So here we are in the front. Obviously here's my net, that's where it sits. So this pole isn't thick enough, so I ended up just putting some tape and it sits there. It don't go nowhere. The other option obviously is I can put it in the back, and right over here there's a pole holder I can put it in, but I don't use that very often. All right, so here we go. Here's the front. There might be some water on it. Like I said, I had to clean her up a bit. Oh yeah, there's water in it. There's some water, but I'll get it out anyways. And this is what it is right here. It has this nice little net. Obviously I can tell you that it is not waterproof. It is water resistant though. This little guy here, this seal does a pretty good job when you're out on the water, keeping the water out, right? When you're on the water, it keeps the water out pretty good. And I can honestly say that I don't have any problem with getting water in. It's when I'm obviously cleaning this boat. Like I said, I just washed it, rinsed it off a bit. At the angle that it's sitting at, because of that, the puddle kind of sits up here, which then continues to stay there and leaks in, obviously. So I don't want you guys to think that, hey, this thing isn't waterproof. No, it's not waterproof, it's water resistant, but at the same time I'm putting it in a situation where the water's gonna leak in. So 2 little latches, keeps it locked, won't come up. All right, so let's go over here. Let's talk a little bit about the foot pedals. I did do a modification on these, and I ended up using leader line. It's like a 30 pound, I think it is. 30 pound leader line, I think it's called. I'm not sure, from Berkeley, I know that much. But you just tie it up over here, get the tie in, run it through like regular, and then it goes through this tube right here, comes out the back and onto your rudder, and then you're able to steer it with your foot or your feet. And so it does that, and it's awesome. With this, compared to the rope, when they had the rope on it, it was kind of sluggish. It was mushy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just took a minute. It felt like it wasn't really grabbing. This guy right here, no problems whatsoever. As soon as I say, hey, I'm going left, it just pulls it and says it's going left. That's what it is. All right, so that's with the foot pedals. There's plenty of videos of how to do this upgrade right here that I think you guys should be able to find on YouTube or anything like that, but it's just a mod that I ended up doing myself. All right, now the center latch, as you can see, oh man, I think it's Roland, or I forget who makes it, man. This guy is awesome. He made this hidden hatch. It's like a lift hatch or whatnot. It's just the middle, it's a bracket, it's a swivel bracket in a sense, and what it does is you're able to just lift this up right here, because before you would have to take this whole thing off. This whole thing would just come off, but you know, looking into this Vibe, I wanted something I could just lift up like this. All right, so anyways, obviously, as you can tell, on top of this here is my fish finder. It's a Lowrance hook reveal 5 split shot. It's on right now, and I'm going to show you the battery here, but all I did was put a hole right here, put a little grommet after that, and then it just connects there. Now this one here goes into the scupper. There's like the fish finder scupper hole down there, and you put the fish finder down there, and that's where it sits. And you just put the rest of the string in there, and it's good to go. It reads perfectly fine. I don't even know how to explain it. It's awesome, man. Now the battery that I'm using for this is actually a really sweet one. It's a Naqua. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but I looked into it big time. And before I show you that, I wanted to say that there are some mods that I did to this, that the good thing is you can buy these replacements. You can buy these brand new again and redo them in case, you know, you screw up like I did. But anyways, here we go. So open it up. Here it is. There it is, the Naqua. There's the website. This little guy, 10-hour amp, that holds a charge for a long time, man. So the mod that I did was I don't know if you guys see that spring right there, that pressure spring. Did it there, but it looks pretty messed up. Sorry, kind of changed the view on you guys. It works perfectly fine, but what happens when it gets too hot out here, these springs right there tend to not hold the metal pretty good, and so this actually slides on that bracket. And so anyways, just something I gotta fix. Not a big problem, nothing bad. I just put this on, clip it, good to go. But yeah, there you go. Nice little fish finder, nothing crazy. All right, now since we're on this side, another mod that I ended up actually adding to it is an anchor trolley right here. This is the HD, or the heavy duty it's called, from Yak Attack, I think it was. Anyways, and so I'll show you my anchoring system now. So what I do is, here's my anchor, right? I let it out, it falls down. Hopefully with this little guy right here, get this guy right, come on. There you go. Falls out like so, right? Let out as much string as I can, and then I tie it off to one of the ends, and then I hook on, obviously here. And with this guy, then here, from up here, I can move it wherever I want it. I can move it that way, I can move it this way, it's whatever. But the reason I put a buoy right here, a bowie, whatever you want to call it, it's just a simple pool noodle, is so let's say I get snagged on something and I got to get over there. Well, instead of sitting here having to say, oh man, I gotta pull all this crap back up, nah man, just detach, leave the buoy's gonna float, and then you go grab whatever it is you're gonna do, go get unsnag, get whatever, and then come back to your spot, grab the buoy, hook back up. Now I know you guys are seeing this and it looks like it's super low, but in reality it actually it stays pretty swell right there. It stays pretty good right there, no problems. Then I just kind of grab it, hook back in. Kind of hard doing this with one hand, but hook back in, and I'm good. And I can stay in the position that I was in, if I like it or not. Since we're still on this side, let's go with the C-Tug right here. So I was looking for something that I know for a fact would help me carry this thing through. And I know for a fact that the Vibe Seaghost 110, one of their warranties was about the scupper plug holes, or scupper holes, sorry. And I know on YouTube there's plenty of people that make those scupper holes, carts, whatever you want to call them, sorry. And so I was like, nah, I'm not trying to get into those, because if it does happen to damage it, there goes the warranty just in case, blah blah blah. Even though of course you can tell I got a bunch of holes in this thing now, it doesn't matter. I mean, to me this is what it is, and I don't want to damage anything else to this vessel, for myself at least, you know. So I ended up getting the C-Tug. This C-Tug right here has been amazing. I can't even tell you how many times people have just been like, holy crap, that thing's awesome. And it is, because I usually just get to the dock, I unstrap it, I set it to the side. Literally, I grab this boat from back here. There's two little spots I can just grab right back here. All right, I grab it, set it down to the side, and then I break this thing down. It comes apart completely. Two wheels, the axle is an X axle, and it just breaks apart. And then, so it's two axles, two wheels, and then two pads that it sits on. And guess where I put it? Yep, right in the front. Sits right in the front, nothing else goes up front, and I'm done. That's it. Pull it up to the dock, I get on the dock, pull it into the water, I'm on the dock, and I'm good to go, ready to go. When I get out, same thing. I get off at the dock, pull it back on, or I get off on the docks, pull it back up to the ramp with the string, just set it there, go to the front, pull out my wheels, good to go. Set it back up, boom, set this thing on it. It's awesome. That's it. The C-Tug has been amazing. Probably one of the better, I don't know, man, I did a lot of upgrades. I don't know, one of the best ones I've gotten for sure. For sure one of the best ones, and easy, because this thing isn't exactly light when you got everything on it. And most of the time you're not going to be sitting here trying to take apart everything at the same time. So this thing stays like this unless I'm in the water, then it gets broken down to the front, then I put it back together underneath. So that's another upgrade I did. Okay. I can't even say enough about this guy right here. This guy right here is also another beautiful, awesome thing that I love. This thing here, even though it's dirty as heck, it's amazing because I get to put all my stuff back here. Right now I have my scupper hole plugs. Yeah, I got these guys back here, but I can fit 3 poles, which I made myself. Well, I didn't make these. I mean, this is how it came to 3, and then I put it on here. But I made these little latches on here so I can tie them up to the rods so they don't just fall out on me or anything. Let's say I tip over, or which I haven't, thank goodness. But it's never about if it's gonna happen, it's when it's gonna happen. Let's be honest. I mean, that's just what it is sometimes. But it's just a simple milk crate. I put these bungee cords on them with hooks. They just tie onto there. This one just goes around, hooks up there, goes around there. And there's 4, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the ones that go around 5 and 6. And this thing's pretty sturdy. That's where it stays. The good thing about the Vive is you also get another latch, another little latch back here. And I have some more bungee cords in there. And then this guy comes off, and you can get back there too. So you can get back there, and I don't know, man. It was just versatile. It has so many like pockets and stuff like that. I could just keep putting stuff in there or whatnot. And I just love it. This thing here is my hog trough. That's how I tie it up. And so whenever I catch a fish or whatever, and I just bring this over this way, detach it really quick, put it on my lap, and do what I gotta do. Is the hog trough for tournaments. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk about was this Chinook PFD. I can't even say, out here in Idaho, man, like there's so many people or so many reports of people simply drowning. Some people be like, ah, there's some dumbasses, whatever, excuse my language. But personally, it's not about that. It's the fact, like, hey, you was out there, you in the water. Maybe you might be tired from rowing, or you know what I'm saying, from kayaking, from paddling, whatever. And all of a sudden you're just too tired to swim. I understand. I mean, that's just what it is, right? I mean, but personally, there shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't be wearing your PFD. This saves your life. It really does. That's what it's about. I really think everybody should. This should be #1 investment after your boat. Like, if you're getting a boat, get you a vest with it. Get you a life vest with it. After that, if you want to upgrade your paddle, I think that's your next one. But personally, I didn't go that way because I love this paddle as it is. But PFD for sure. NRS is obviously a company here in Idaho, if I remember correctly, and it's not bad. I love it. It's got so many pockets. Look at these. Got these guys right here. I mean, I don't know what else can I ask for. I got so many pockets, it's ridiculous. But it's amazing, fits well, fits great, and I love it. Love it. Couldn't say anything bad about it. All right, so here's the Hero, the Vive Hero seat. This thing right here by itself is super comfortable. Already it's a comfortable seat. Sitting on it is not a problem. There's no problem whatsoever sitting down on this bad thing. I mean, this thing is just amazing. But one of the things that I just didn't feel comfortable with was it was so low. It was super low, almost straight legged to these guys. And I like to sit back a little bit, relax, and kind of put my knees up a little bit, you know. So what I ended up doing, even though it has 2 stages, so technically where my fish grips are at, that brings the chair down. Let me pull these out. There you go. So right where it's at, that's position #2, which is high. This is the high position, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, a little too straight for me, but nothing wrong. And this is position #1, which is a low. Better balance. You can stay in your kayak better. I mean, if there's a wave coming, you don't really feel like it's gonna fall over, tip over. I mean, you really don't, period. But you know, because it sits so low, that's what it is. #2 is up here again, like I said. But again, because my knees, I like to bend them, what I ended up getting was making these guys right here. I just made them. They're just PVC, I don't even know, couplers or something like that. And I just, you know, shaved them down a little bit, painted them, and then put them on. And now that keeps me up just that much. Keeps my legs up, and to me, that's amazing. All right, and let's say, I think the last one right here. Okay, so something that Vive I don't think considered at the beginning was the fact, like, you see this bracket that's right here? This bracket was not there, and that's just a simple metal bracket that I ended up getting from the hardware store. And yeah, I had to put some holes, but I freaking put hecka glue or hecka that water, make sure that water, what is it, water sealant. Anyways, what would happen is let's say you would have put these in, and you were to, you know, put them on or tie it down, or whatever you do, whatever you're trying to do, after a while they would slide out from underneath. all the pressure would make it pop out underneath your seat, and it'd be hard to sit there and find it underneath your seat, and you'd be like, crap, man. So what I ended up doing was just putting these brackets on. It fits, oh my goodness, what is it, the Plano 3600 boxes? This Vibe kayak fits the Plano 3600 boxes perfectly. Nothing wrong with it, everything's fine. The only problem, like I said, is they end up slipping out. So I ended up just putting brackets on there. This is the slim version, or the long, I should say. They go like this, and then your standard Plano 3600 obviously is like this. One of the things, oh yeah, I got to talk to you guys about that. One of the things that I like about this though, or that I thought was a little is that it's super thick. So right here I had to put a little spacer to bring this out a little bit, so this could sit in there just a little bit perfect. Other than that though, man, I don't know, what can I say about my kayak? I love it, that's for sure. I am currently in a tournament, online tournament, and I haven't been doing so well. Mostly because I just haven't had time to get out there. The weather's been pretty crappy out here in Idaho, and so supposedly next week's gonna be all better, and hopefully it is better. So anyways, this is my Vibe Seaghost 110. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I told you I was gonna do it, I just hadn't had time, and here it is. If you guys have any questions, by all means, just leave them in the comments below. You guys want to talk crap about it, go ahead, don't mind. Don't matter to me, it's what it is. That's what free speech in these videos are about, right? Doing what you want to do. The Lowrance. You guys want more videos about that, let me know. I got to make some of those going in. Oh, and last thing, I just wanted to say shout out to ZR Customs. All right, my boy Zemke, aka Smiley. He makes some crazy custom hardware and baits and stuff like that, and so just want to shout him out, you know. But I'll have to put a video up for that, you guys, and let you know what else is going on, and just stay tuned. If you guys like it, hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment. Look at my doggy.